Hi everyone, my name is Billy Lyon and I'm in the film program, Film Bachelor's of Sciences actually, and the person that I interviewed is Christopher Emsleiler, a fellow classmate of mine and a very fine director of photography, if I do say so myself. So the first question that I asked him was, what do you see as the role of the visual arts in society today, particularly in your profession? His response was that the visual arts are extremely important to the film industry. There is no film or video without visual arts. It is the visual art of my industry. Filmmakers may reference other visual arts to gain a certain style. And Chris is very true in saying that because, in the most extreme cases, as filmmakers, we have to tell a complete story without using any words at all, no dialogue whatsoever, in the same way that, painters did back in or painters such as Raphael and whatnot. So we have some parallels there. The next question I asked was, new communications and media technologies make imagery almost instantly available. Do you believe that this is going to have a positive or negative influence on your field or industry? And Chris responded by saying, it is absolutely a positive, but it's also a negative. New technologies are pushing old technologies out the window. In the film industry, film is being pushed out by the digital camera, but digital cameras definitely have their advantages over film cameras. So it's a win-win situation, I suppose. He has a great point there because, well, film in itself is an art form. We must evolve and learn to shoot digitally, which is what the industry is unfortunately coming to. I have an image here showing the top is showing film cameras that were most recently used, and the bottom is a new Arri Alexa, which is what most major blockbusters are shot on nowadays, such as, Captain America, Hunger Games, and it is a very expensive digital camera, but it also, is the best, pretty much the best thing you can shoot on out there, so it's worth it. The next question I asked was, who's one of your favorite visual artists? And he said that he's a big fan of Roger Deakins, who is a fellow director of photography. He was the cinematographer on big movies such as Skyfall and Shawshank Redemption. His visual style is very gritty, and he's an expert with lighting and camera techniques. Pretty self-explanatory. As filmmakers, we learn to use styles that other people use. So Chris, obviously, saying he likes Roger Deakins, he tends to light that way, very gritty, dark, which helps the mood of the film. Next question, how has your knowledge of famous artworks influenced your creative process? And he said, my knowledge of certain cinematographer styles has helped me learn a style of my own when it comes to cinematography. You can set up lights, you can turn on a camera, but what you do with them is what defines who you are as a cinematographer. And that kind of ties into the last question that I asked him. Picture I have here, it's just a normal film set, lights, camera, sound, equipment. Everybody on a blockbuster has the same stuff given to them, but it's all about what you do with all that gear that really determines how everything comes out. You could get the same story, same lights, but have two completely different looks in the end just because of how two different people interpret it and set everything up. That's just how it goes. Another question was, what popular images do you see that are frequently repeated throughout your industry? He said, I don't know about images so much as just general things that are repeated in the film industry. People using crowdsourcing instead of trying to talk to investors and supporting their films. Filmmakers telling stories that are incomplete or just plain boring. They want to push it to the newest and greatest things, but without any thought into it. So basically what he's saying is, they put a lot of effort into making everything look beautiful, but they don't put any effort into the story. Some examples here, the similarities between young adult novels would be a very good example. The similarities between Hunger Games and Divergent, and then obviously Twilight and Beastly are two other films that borrow heavily from each other. And that is what I did for my interview. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching.